Hello, hello, ladies. I'm trying to do this Wellness Thursday because I apparently Wednesday is not working anymore. It's hard for me to connect with you guys on a Wednesday, so we're doing Thursday Wellness today, and I'm here from New York City. I don't know if you guys can hear me well because I have a huge fountain behind me. You can look at it. Woo! That is the fountain. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Can you hear me? There's somebody watching. Hey, Amber. Can you hear me by any chance? Just let me know. Just like it or just do something. Comment if you can hear me well, because I feel like when I do videos outside, sometimes the connection or the voice doesn't come as strong as I would like to get to. Well, I'm super happy to be here. I know this Facebook Live is a little bit earlier than expected. I wanted to do it later tonight, but I have a surprise date from my husband. So he's like, oh, you need to be available. And I had to be honest, ladies, I completely forgot about it. He's like, put it in your calendar. Thursday, this was last week. Thursday, we're going to go surprise. We're going to hang out, date night. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll put it in the calendar. And then obviously I forgot, and so he reminded me today that we have that. So I wanted to do this Facebook video now before I go back home and go into my surprise date. So I see that Shay Marie joined. Hi guys, I'm here live from New York, and I am about to really talk about sugar, and I'm about to talk a little bit about the reasons behind our cravings, and it's actually really two main reasons, and it has to do with our digestive system, because as you know, the stomach is basically the second brain. And I talked to so many of you. I want to welcome so many of you to the group. It's just been great talking to you and just hearing your stories, just letting you know that this is really a group to kind of like support each other and just while we go through our digestive issues. Hi Brooke, can you hear me by any chance? I'm sorry, it's just since I'm outside, there's a lot of it's very loud, so I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. If you can like the video or just comment to let me know that you actually can hear me, I would appreciate it. If not, I'm just gonna continue then. Hey Erica, okay, good. So good, somebody's listening. Awesome. Okay, thank you for that, by the way. Okay, so welcome all the new members, and the reason why I wanted to talk to you guys today about the sugar and why are we actually having cravings and what can we do about it, right? So I did another video before where I talked a little bit about what are the main or the key things for a healthy digestion. And so those keys, or essentially those three things, are to make sure that you have in your meals a good amount of fat, a good amount of protein, and a good amount of fiber. And that's the first reason why we're having sugar cravings and why we live in a society where we're eating more and more sugar. And instead of just like feeling satiated and satisfied, we just want more, because our glucose, as you know, the sugar is not being transformed into glucose, or it is being transformed into glucose, but it's not being absorbed by our cells. They're just being stored as fat by insulin. So that's why we're feeling not full, we're not feeling satiated, and we just want more and more. So the first reason is we're just not eating enough amount of protein. And what I mean by protein is those of you that are vegetarians or vegan, you can get vegan proteins, again, from different natural sources. My favorite one will be green pea, for instance. Green pea protein is really good. Also, hemp seeds have a good amount of protein, but you can add anything that goes for you, right? So it could be salmon, it could be chicken, it could be fish, meat, whatever it is that you guys want, but we have to make sure that in every meal there is an enough amount of protein. Now, nowadays with different diets, it's like, oh my god, everything has to be protein, forget about fats, forget about good carbs, and that's not the case. The protein that you should be eating should be around 20 grams, no more than that, and that's about the fist. That's the amount of about your fist. So if you close your fist, this should be more or less the amount of protein that you should be eating with every meal. So make sure we have that in every meal. And as you know, protein actually takes a little bit slower to digest, and that's why while we eat protein, when we eat fat and we eat good fiber, our sugar levels are not going to go from peak to valleys. They're going to stay mostly stable. So again, first reason why we're having cravings of sugars is because we're not eating enough protein, and that happens a lot with a lot of vegetarians and vegans out there, and so they end up eating more carbs, and they end up eating more processed foods because they're not able to get enough protein in their meals. And so you end up seeing a lot of vegetarians and vegans that are essentially having a very slow digestive system, and with a lot of problems, especially I would say overweight or diabetes. Okay, so that's the first reason. The second reason here is, hey Kelly, welcome to the group. I'm so happy we were able to connect today. Give me a like if you can hear me. So happy that you're in the group. Again, this is just a great group with different women where we can support each other with our own digestive issues. So we're talking about sugars, and the second reason why we crave sugars, and this comes to mind especially when we have our period, right? Remember, like when we have our period, it's like this huge necessity of having chocolate right now, right away. And I was talking to Lena and somebody from this group, and the main reason it's because we have deficiencies in the minerals and deficiencies absorbing some of the minerals that are found in chocolate, for instance. So magnesium, for instance, is found in chocolate. It is also found in green leaves, so in a lot of the green veggies. And when we're not eating enough of it, we just really crave magnesium. When we are going through our period, we're losing blood, and so our body, a way of our body telling us that we need magnesium, we need minerals, is just by craving chocolate. So again, usually our bodies are smarter than our consciousness or than our own mind. So we should really pay attention to that, and that really is signaling the fact that we need more minerals in our body. Not only we need minerals, but we need to be able to absorb them well. Kelly says, oh my god, on my way to yoga, hope to discuss later, to see the discussion later. Thank you for all your knowledge. Oh my god, have fun in yoga. Make sure you do some breathing exercises, and hopefully you can connect with yourself and just be more aware of your own body. Okay, going back to the discussion here. Okay, the second reason why we're craving sugar, it's because we are not absorbing the minerals in our body. And so, as you know, specifically magnesium, it's a key mineral that we need to have in our body. And for every 1 gram of sugar that we try to digest, we need about 55 grams of magnesium to really digest that sugar. So my point is, our body is really using some of the magnesium and some of the reserves that we have to actually convert the sugar into glucose so that it could be absorbed by its cells. And so again, if we don't have enough magnesium, we're just pretty much exhausting our body just by consuming more and more sugar. Hey Corina, I'm happy that you joined. I hope that you can see me, and hope that you actually can hear me, because I'm outside and it can be pretty loud. Okay, so I'm going to tell you now some of the things that you can actually do to avoid the cravings of the sugar, and avoid feeling like you have peaks and valleys in your sugar level in your blood, instead of just having more of this type of more of a stable actually sugar level. So the first thing that we need to do, again, is just eat more protein. Again, it has to be, I prefer to have lean protein, is that's what I recommend my clients to have. For me, it's hemp seeds protein, some vegan powders or protein powders as well, green pea powder. That's what I choose, but for you guys, it could be salmon, sardines, it could be fish, it could be chicken. So make sure you have protein in every meal. And the second is, let's talk a little bit about supplements. Supplements that I'm going to recommend here, again, I'm a holistic health coach, I'm not a doctor. You should consult with your doctor before taking this, but most of them are pretty safe, and most of them are actually a good complement to what we are already, to our diets, right? And the first one that I wanted to mention, it's actually vitamin B complex. So a lot of people talk about vitamin D. The reason why I like vitamin B is because vitamin B actually helps oxygenating the cells in the brain. So as we know, when we eat sugar, what happens is, in order for us to digest the sugar and the glucose that gets transformed, we have to use the insulin in our blood to actually transform it and to give it to the cells so that we can transform sugar into energy. So what happens with the vitamin B is as we take it, and usually we take it in pills, I take it in pills every morning, we're actually delivering some oxygen into our cells in the brain. And so that is helping transform the glucose into, specifically for the cell brains. Okay, so I like the vitamin B complex. I'm gonna post a link below for you guys to see my recommended brand. Again, you can get it from your health store, but that's the one that I use and the one that I trust based on my research and almost 5 years or more of experience just dealing with digestive issues. And then the second thing, it's related again to the mineral depletion that we have, and it's magnesium. So if you are having constipation, if you are feeling tired and exhausted, if you are feeling like you're craving too much chocolate during your periods or too much chocolate anyways, it's because you probably have a magnesium deficiency. And so what I usually do is I take it at night before I go to sleep, because it also helps you relax your bodies, relax your muscles. But most importantly, it is really hard to absorb magnesium in just regular food. You can find them in a lot of greens, veggies, or leafy greens as they call it. It's just hard to eat leafy greens all the time, right? So I would recommend a magnesium supplement. I will post the link of the one that I take in the comments. Guys, for those of you that are watching, any questions so far? Is this clear in terms of what can we do to try to keep our blood levels stable, our blood sugar levels stable? I'm gonna wait and see if there are any questions. You guys can type it, give me a like, show me some love. Is anybody watching? I see 2 people. I don't know who. I know Corina was watching, but I don't know if she's still there. So okay, it seems like there are no questions on the topic. So the other thing that I wanted, and the last thing that I wanted to mention as essentially another reason why we crave sugar, it has to do more with our mental health, or the way we kind of like cope with the things that we're going through, more on the not on the physical level, but more on the psychology level. And there's an exercise that I usually tend to do with my clients. Somebody else is watching. Hi, I don't know who that is. Just like the video if you can. It's an exercise that I tend to do, which really allows us to identify what is the need that we are solving for. What is the need that we're trying to satisfy by eating sugar? Because sometimes, again, it's not the protein, it's not the magnesium, it's not the deficiency. It's just our mental state that we're in. So the exercise goes like this. If you close your eye and you picture yourself in a party, right? You're going into a party and you see cakes and you see M&Ms. For me, Twix is my favorite candy. You see Twix and you see I don't know, chocolate and lots of sugar. So picture yourself in that situation, and then really close your eyes and think about how are you actually feeling. Like, if you see the cake and you're craving it, and just picture the cake very close to you, or the Twix or something that you're craving, think about what is actually the feeling that you're feeling when you look at the cake, and what is actually what is that need that is actually satisfying if you would have that cake, right? So when I think about sweets, for instance, for me, it's a way to actually connect with myself, and a lot of times it's actually a reward for me. So I look at the cake and I'm like, oh my god, I really deserve this cake. This is just like something amazing. I didn't have any sweets this week, or I didn't have any sweets whatever for the past 3 hours, so this is something that I definitely deserve. And so again, the need that I was able to identify it is for me to feel recognized and for me to connect with myself. And then the following part of the exercise, magnesium, Theranode better than others to keep blood sugar stable. Good, Erica, thank you. Yeah. So I will post the one that I use for my own clients. But that's do you have a brand that you use that you would like to post and recommend? Let me know, Erica. Just post it in the group. And so the exercise again goes back to really trying to understand the need that you're trying to fulfill. A lot of the times could be need to connect. Oh, you're asking? Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one that you just posted in the comments. The one that I take is just a magnesium supplement that I have in pills that I would share later today. I would say for me, the one that I will have to take the one that I have at home, but I believe it's just a regular one. It's just a regular magnesium supplement. Do you take this one, or you're just asking because you don't take anything at this moment? So going back to the feeling of being connected to myself when I'm craving sugar. Once you again picture yourself in this room where there's a lot of sugar, there's a lot of good things flowing around or things that you crave, just make sure that you try to understand what is the need that you're trying to fulfill. Is it because you're trying to give yourself a prize? If you're trying to recognize yourself, you're trying to connect with yourself better. And also think about, this is something that I do as well, if you picture eating yourself that cake, what is the feeling that you feel right after? Like, you went to the party, you ate the cake, what is it that you're feeling after? Is it shame? Is it regret? Or is just, oh my god, an explosion of happiness and something that you really needed? Because if that's the case, then you're probably looking for some significance. You're probably looking for some attention, and you're probably looking for something to make you happy at that right specific moment. So instead of doing it with food, instead of getting that reward of that recognition of that love or that significance from the sugar, it might be a better idea just to picture yourself not eating it and feeling even healthier and better just by the fact that you made a great decision and you're just trying to stay away from something that you know is probably going to be stored as fat in your body instead of something that's going to give you energy and make you feel better. So again, we have the psychology side on the cravings, besides the other things that I talked about in the video before. So well, with that, if there are any other questions, please let me know. I'm always just a message away in your Facebook Messenger. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. Again, if you think that there's any family member or other girlfriends that you think might benefit from this group and benefit from the chats that we have, please feel free to invite them. Send the link to join the group, and I will see you guys in the next video. By the way, there is a way for us to actually measure the blood sugar level. It is an exercise that takes about 5 days where we need to do a couple of steps. I might talk a little bit about that for those that are interested in the next video in terms of how to actually actually measure your blood sugar levels. Okay, so if you're interested, let me know. There's an exercise for that. All right, ladies, thank you so much. See you in the next video, and have a great weekend if I don't see you before. Bye bye.